Hello, we are here because in the video that I made about Spem in alium by Thomas Tallis, I said this.
You wouldn't be able to see what I'm talking about if I say, for instance, that this is the most dangerous note in the entire piece.
So what is the most dangerous note in this piece?
The most dangerous note is this. It is a B-flat, specifically the choir 4 baritone entry in measure 56. Now I realize that this is rather less than helpful, so let's take a look at the context. Here is the diagram from my original video, showing how the various choirs operate in Spem. The choirs enter in sequence, then there's a moment where everyone sings, and then the music progresses back up, as it were, from choirs 7 and 8 towards choirs 1 and 2. The crucial moment, measure 56, is in this passage here. This is an extract from the score at that point. Even at this size, you can't really see what's going on, so let's first color in the choirs, like so, and while I play this bit from the recording, I'll put in chord symbols so you can see the harmony. This will be important. And just for reference, the most dangerous note is here. There are several factors at play with the most dangerous note. Firstly, it's an entry on an offbeat rather than a strong beat. Secondly, the harmony on that entry is a G minor chord, which does not appear in the texture immediately beforehand. And thirdly, the entry is on the third of that chord, a B flat, a pitch which also does not appear in the texture immediately beforehand. But you may also have noticed something else. This whole sequence actually does appear immediately beforehand, just scored somewhat differently. In fact, here is an exact duplicate of the most dangerous note, an offbeat entry on a B-flat in a G minor chord. So what's different here? Well, the context gives quite a lot more support. Choir 5 is already singing, so there are other singers close by. In choir 4, on the other hand, the baritone is the first to enter and is more distant from the singers that he has to pick up from. Also, the choirs below thin out very quickly, as the bass line in choirs 5 and 7 stops here, leaving the bass in choir 4 to pick it up. As an added complication, choir 4 may be further from choir 5 than you think. The ideal formation for performing Spem is in a circle, as in this diagram from my original video. But in many cases, given the shape of the performance space, what you end up with is something like this, making it quite difficult for choir 4 to pick up from choir 5 at this particular point in the piece. And here is another risk factor. If the choir 4 baritone misses this entry, then chances are that the tenor and bass will stumble as well. And given that choir 5 stops singing quite soon, choir 4 is very quickly left on its own, and there is a great danger of the entire ship going off the rails. So, to summarize, it's an offbeat entry on the third of an unprepared chord, probably at a distance from the choirs already singing, and if it is missed, then the entire structure could collapse.
And that is why it's the most dangerous note in the piece.